The sudden silence was deafening, amplified by the blare of the evening news that had been abruptly cut off. I, Elinor 72, a widow living with my son, Thomas 45, felt the familiar surge of humiliation. I was sitting on the old, comfortable armchair in the corner of the living room, watching the local election results, a small, simple pleasure. My daughter-in-law, Veronica 42, walked in, didn't even acknowledge me, and, with a vicious snap of her wrist, hit the power button on the remote, plunging the room into darkness. "It's late, Elinor," she announced, her voice dripping with artificial sweetness, yet underscored by absolute authority. Then came the words that crystallized months of emotional abuse and subtle cruelty, the phrase that broke the dam of my lifelong politeness. "I think it's time you cleared out of here. You've had a nice long visit, but this is our house now. Get out." My son, Thomas, was conveniently working late, as always, leaving me defenseless against Veronica's escalating campaign to force me out of the home I helped them buy. I stood up slowly, not arguing, not yelling, but simply looking at her with a blank, unreadable expression. I stayed quiet, swallowing the pain, the rage, and the injustice, because I knew a fight then and there was worthless. The victory wouldn't be won with words. I walked back to my temporary room, closed the door, and immediately placed a single, anonymous phone call that evening, ensuring that the real owner of the property would show up at their door at 9:00 a.m. the following Monday. Was I wrong to let my daughter-in-law think she had won, only to use a devastating, cold-blooded financial maneuver to expose her true entitlement and force her out of the house she thought was hers, or was this the only way to protect my dignity and reclaim my assets from a truly malicious woman? Tell me, if your daughter-in-law tried to evict you from the home you secured for your family, would you argue, or would you remain silent and let the legal hammer fall? My name is Elinor 72. I spent 40 years working as an executive assistant, and when my husband passed away, he left me a substantial insurance policy. I decided to use the bulk of that money to help my son, Thomas, and his wife, Veronica, buy their first home, a beautiful, spacious property near the coast. Thomas is a good man, but he has always been passive, especially when it comes to Veronica. Veronica, a mid-level manager at a logistics firm, is fiercely materialistic and ruthlessly ambitious. She married Thomas for stability and access to our family's assets. She has always been resentful of any potential claim I might have on her life. When my lease ended last year, Thomas, feeling guilty about the money I had provided, suggested I move in with them temporarily while I looked for a smaller condo. I agreed, hoping to spend time with my grandchildren, but Veronica viewed my presence as a daily reminder of her financial dependence on me. The hostility started small, criticizing my cooking, moving my furniture, and making passive-aggressive comments about my clutter. Then she started restricting my time with the grandchildren, claiming I was confusing their routine. I endured it all for Thomas, who always apologized weakly but never stood up to her. The crucial detail that Veronica conveniently overlooked, or perhaps never knew, involved the purchase of the house itself. The house cost $750,000. I gave Thomas and Veronica $500,000 for the down payment, and they secured a mortgage for the remaining $250,000. However, because I wanted to protect my investment and ensure my money was used for the property, not Veronica's future financial schemes, my lawyer had strongly advised a specific, ironclad legal arrangement. I didn't simply gift them the money. I used the $500,000 to purchase a **70% equity stake in the property. Thomas and Veronica were named as co-owners of the remaining 30% equity, responsible for the mortgage payments. Crucially, the deed was registered as a ** tenancy in common **, with the condition that my 70% share could not be purchased, leveraged, or sold without my express, written consent. The final, devastating clause was buried deep in the property agreement. *I, Elinor, was named the primary tenant with guaranteed lifetime occupancy as long as I wished. Thomas knew this arrangement. Veronica, focused only on the final signed deed that had her name on it, never bothered to read the fine print detailing the ownership structure. She genuinely believed my $500,000 was a gift that secured her house. The evening she demanded I get out was the final straw. She had been escalating the abuse for months, but this was a direct, verbal threat of eviction from a home where I held 70% of the equity and lifetime residency rights. I returned to my room, my hands shaking. I pulled out the old manila envelope containing the original property deeds and my lawyer's business card. I had endured enough. I called my lawyer, Mr. Peterson, that same night, explained the conversation, and calmly asked him to initiate the final, land step we had discussed when the deed was signed. So that's the situation I was in. I was verbally evicted from the house by my daughter-in-law, Veronica, who was entirely unaware that I held a legally protected 70% ownership stake and guaranteed lifetime residency. My son, Thomas, knew the truth but was too weak to intervene. I had the legal documents, and I had made the call to initiate the final, devastating legal action. Before I tell you about the terrifying man who showed up on their doorstep on Monday morning and the total meltdown that followed, I want you to pause and comment below what you would have done in my shoes. Would you have quietly shown Veronica the deed, or would you have used the legal system to deliver the kind of precise, irreversible financial shock that would permanently teach her the cost of entitlement? I chose the precise, irreversible financial shock. Showing her the deed would only result in her escalating the fight emotionally. The law, however, is cold and absolute. The plan was simple, since Veronica had violated the term of good faith tenancy. By attempting to unilaterally evict a principal owner, me, I instructed Mr. Peterson to serve them with a formal ** notice of partition action ** and an ** intent to sell **. The notice of partition action is a legal proceeding used to divide co-owned property. Since the property was held as tenancy in common and could not be physically divided, you can't saw a house in half. The judge would inevitably order the property to be sold at public auction. My 70% share was legally protected. The process began discreetly late Friday. On Monday morning, precisely at 9:00 a.m., the doorbell rang. Veronica, always meticulous about appearances, answered it, expecting a package or perhaps a neighbor. Instead, standing on her pristine welcome mat was a tall, severe man in an immaculate dark suit, holding a briefcase and a thick stack of papers. This was ** Mr. Wallace **, a registered process server, accompanied by an appraiser from the County Real Estate Division. "Are you Veronica Miller and Thomas Miller?" Mr. Wallace asked, his voice formal and completely devoid of emotion. Veronica, startled, said, "Yes, I'm Mrs. Miller. What is this about?" Mr. Wallace handed her the packet of documents. The first page was the *** notice of intent to sell. Partition action ***. The second page was the formal notification that the $500,000 I provided was not a gift, but a secured equity stake, and that the property was now entering legal proceedings for forced sale, which would void their mortgage. The county appraiser was there to begin the initial valuation. Veronica's face, captured by the Ring camera Thomas had installed, transitioned through shock, disbelief, and finally, absolute, blind panic. She shrieked, dropped the papers, and started yelling at the server, accusing him of trespassing and fraud. Thomas, who had just come downstairs, watched the scene unfold. He rushed forward, picked up the dropped papers, and read the brutal legal reality. "Thomas," Veronica wailed, "what is this? That old woman is lying. This is our house. We have the deed." Thomas looked at the deed, then at the partition action, and then at me, standing calmly in the living room doorway, watching the entire spectacle. He finally found his spine, not to defend me, but to defend his own self-interest. "Veronica," Thomas said, his voice flat with horror. "The fine print. I told you I helped buy the house, but she owns 70% of the equity, and she has lifetime residency. That money wasn't a gift. It was a secured investment. If she forces the sale, the bank gets their $250,000 from the sale price. She gets her $500,000 back, and we split the remaining $0 profit, but we're still liable for all the closing costs and penalties. We lose everything." Veronica, realizing the financial trap had been sprung, turned on me with a scream that tore through the quiet morning. "You old snake, you set us up." I simply looked at her, then at Mr. Wallace. "I believe your business here is concluded," I said, my voice calm and gentle, entirely in control. "The notice has been served. The consequences were total and immediate. 1. ***, the sale, ***, the forced sale commenced. No buyer would touch the property with the pending partition action, and the legal fees mounted rapidly. Within 3 months, the house was sold at a major loss due to the pressure of the action. Thomas and Veronica walked away with nothing but massive closing costs and the destruction of their credit. 2. ***, the divorce. Veronica immediately filed for divorce, her entire motivation for the marriage, the financial stability and the house, having evaporated. She left Thomas financially ruined and emotionally shattered, just as I knew she would. 3. ***, the reclaiming, my $500,000 was returned to me, secured. I used it to purchase a beautiful, maintenance-free condo for myself, moving out of the toxic environment forever. Thomas moved back in with me temporarily, devastated but finally free from Veronica's control. He finally apologized, recognizing the cold necessity of my actions to save him from her predatory nature. I lost a son-in-law, but I kept my money, secured my future, and most importantly, taught a cruel, entitled woman the difference between a house and a home, and the vital difference between a gift and a legally secured asset. The man who showed up on Monday morning wasn't just a process server. He was the delivery system for justice. Like this video if you believe silent planning always defeats loud entitlement. Subscribe for more stories where the quiet grandmother uses the legal system for total financial annihilation. Share your final thoughts on Veronica's eviction attempt in the comments section below. I'll see you all in the next story.